And
Party
those
is
Fruity Pebbles
Here we go.
are
Ball
red.
4.
Bases
Wow.
loaded.
We're
ball
looking at the
4,
call for
2
Bohm.
outs. I'm sitting in the suite because that's the life I live.
Mm.
And they call this pitch. I mean, got him.
Pitcher walks
And
off
Alex-
like he had it too.
Alex, that's my guy, Alex, right there. McKay, the umpire, he had a great day.
He did.
He had 3 missed calls. None of the other ones were in big spots. Harper was upset, but it was a borderline call.
The one later on.
Later on
Yeah.
in the
It was still
8th or 9th inning.
wrong, I think. But
3 missed calls. That's an epic game right there. Unfortunately, that's when
You got to be at your best.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest time. They brought.
Terrible.
That's the matchup that the Phillies wanted. They brought Thielbar in to face Schwarber and Harper, and they tried to mitigate their way through Bohm. And he threw a pitch. You can't reward a pitcher for throwing a pitch 3 inches off. And I feel like I gave FT live magic to the Twins pregame because I was at the game and I was hanging out with Caleb and Emilio Pagan. Pagan's been watching the show. He wants to come on. He said he loves the show.
Anytime, baby.
Thielbar and I played on Team USA. He was the assistant college coach coming out to play in the preliminaries for the qualifiers for the Olympics. And now he's in the show for the last 4 years, pumping. He hit 94 yesterday. But you can't reward that guy with the bases loaded. You got it. You got to lock in, and he did not lock in. And I really feel like Alex, just based on seeing the reaction of everything, how he handled everything, he felt like he made the mistake because he didn't throw Bomer out. Sorry, he didn't throw Bomer out for saying anything to him. He threw him out because he threw his bat, equipment warning, and then he threw his helmet. He gone.
No, he got double fine. So you got equipment violation. That's a fine. Then you got thrown out. That's another fine.
How much? How much is that costing him?
$5,000
$2,000?
to $1,000.
Yeah,
$5,000 to $1,000
total.
I got thrown out one time. It was like $750.
Okay.
Yeah, but you said a lot.
Also, inflation.
I was like
that doesn't go up at this point.
It's all charity. It's all for charity.
I know.
He's doing
I know.
this
He
for
goes to
charity.
bats.
Yeah. There's the bat slam.
He said, "This is for charity," and he threw his bat out. That's really bad.
That's a tough one.
His whole glove is outside the square.
I know. So we complain
Rectangle, whatever you call it.
every day for years about umpires. We at some point, and we can talk more about this in the offseason, but at some point we are going to be close to technology saying, hey, I can do this better. You have to fix the glitches because otherwise we know the game. The sport will take advantage of any glitch. Okay? So it can't be like, oh, there's one spot, or we need to adjust the zone first so that this thing is accurately placed, right? Things that are way smarter beyond what I can even tell you on a screen right now. But at some point, we do need to say, hey, robot, what do you think?
No. You're talking about glitches like it's a video game. These are real men playing. Get it out there where they get 3 or 4. Hey, go to the monitor, see if it was a ball or strike. I want to appeal that one like they do in the minor leagues. I love that.
I like the challenge system.
I like the challenge system. I don't want robots. I don't want that. I want a real umpire. I want the arguments. I want the yelling. I want the yelling from the dugout because you can't yell at a computer if they call it a ball or strike.
Yeah, but there's so much money on the line. Like, imagine if your bank account was still being run by someone keeping track on a piece of paper. You'd be like, dude, it's 2023. We don't do that anymore.
But that's why I think if you're really true to yourself, like an out safe call at first. Oh, no, challenge it. Well, be honest with yourself. Just like at home plate. Now, that's definitely not a strike. And that much is a ball. You know what I mean? So, like, you know your zone. I want to challenge it. You get 3 or 4 a game. You miss one. You get down to 2. If you keep it, then you still stay at 3. 3 a game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game.
I do believe that is what is going to be the next step. They're going to do the challenge system because that could be a buffer period.
I don't see
to
a
see if they
problem with
eventually want
tennis.
To just take you to
they do
all.
it in tennis.
auto.
Tennis, they start clapping.
I don't think it'll be all of them. I just don't think it's right yet. You heard it earlier. In one of our first interviews. We had Joe West on. It's not right yet. They have to get it right because you can't have this situation. Yes, he made a mistake. The umpire did. To me, the first step before we do robos, before we do any of that stuff, you got to have the umpires be accountable. And in this case, he's good. He made the mistake in the situation. That's not going to solve this case. Or maybe what if we do replays on strikeouts? Like you got to swing, like the whole people who respond in chats who are like, oh, it's too close to take. No, dude, we're not in high school anymore.
I can't stand
no,
that.
when you see 92 miles an hour plus, and you're seeing 100. Durant came in at the end of the game throwing 102. He was down. His velo was down to 102.
The ball's moving that much.
He threw a 100-mile-an-hour splitter later in the game. The strike zone is the strike zone, and guys aren't going to get it perfect, but there has to be an accountability system. And I think the replay is part of that, but I also think it's okay if you send a guy down, if you act out of sorts as an umpire.
Still going to get paid?
Still, yeah.
Guaranteed contract, right?
No,
you get paid minor league money? You're not going to do that to a guy that's got tenure, though.
That won't
That's like if a dude in the bigs.
Well, they do it for us.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead. Continue your
story.
Okay,
I will continue. Ready?
Sorry.
If you're Joey Votto, okay, and he's fine. He's having a fine year. But let's say you're Joey Votto and you're hitting $120. Hey, we're going to send you down. No, you're not.
No, they're sending him to his house.
Right, and just paying him off, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for a contract that he earned as
or Phantom IL.
Okay.
But he's still getting big league pay is my point.
Fine.
So if you've been an ump for X amount of years, it's a union thing. They're unionized. They're not going to go, hey, my dude's been in the show for 20 years. You're not going to tell him, hey, you sucked this week. We're paying you less. You want to send him down to tune up? Okay. But you're not paying him less. I'm representing them right now.
So Al Porter, who's been there for the last 9 years, has exemplary stats. He has earned his playoff appearances. He has earned his crew chief logo that he has right now. He's earned that because he's one of the better ball strike umpires. Who cares what happens on the base paths? But he's one of the better ball strike umpires. He's going to have a longer leash. Just like Joey Votto is going to have a longer leash if he's hitting 220. If you just get called up, Alex McKay, I don't know his name, so he just got called up recently. He's going to have a shorter leash. You can't make as many mistakes. I get called up and hit 120. I'm getting sent down way before Joey Votto is.
Right.
And that's why can't that be how the system is run?
It can. I'm just saying the union will fight it. That's all.
Yeah.
And that's their right. And they could say, we don't like that. Everyone's out. Go get your own umps. You can do that. That's all.
They did that in 2005 or 6 in AAA.
I remember going to my brother's games.
That was
funny.
Whoa. It was bad. You're talking about high school umpires coming in.
That was in high A ball too.
It was AAA all the whole way through.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Delman Young threw a bat and hit an umpire.
Oh my God.
Oh,
we like to give umpires crap, but at the same time, the job ain't easy. I will say that. But everyone's allowed to give each other crap, but the job ain't easy. But I think robot umps can help. So at least in certain spots.